Alright, this is going to be an entry for Hardwoodsman Navigation with just a compass. So I'm in a pretty big forested area near my home, but an area I've never explored before that also lacks trails. And I'm about 100 yards from where I parked. And I see here there's this kind of rubble stone field, and it looks like the topography is dropping down. So what I want to try to do is follow all these stones here, see if it turns into a creek, and I'll use that as my handrail. So along the way I'll bring a shotgun, see if I have any opportunity for squirrel, although my focus will really be on the navigation. So I've oriented the compass and a sheet of paper so that I could create a map. I've got it marked with a north arrow, and then I took a bearing of 325 degrees northwest, which looks to be the direction that these rocks are moving. So I'm going to start following this. The time now is 11:11. That's good luck, and I'll keep you guys updated on my progress. This is another neat feature of interest, this hollowed out tree. Thought there was a bear hiding under here. I don't know what that is. Some kind of root structure. I've been coming through all this thick brush, all this spice bush, and it looks like the water's starting to flow. Getting down a bit in elevation, about 15 minutes into the walk, and clearly there's a trail that crossed. Good place for me to stop. Looks like a bike trail, but it's not blazed, and I'll just start picking my way further through. Hasn't been easy working my way through this, but there's a big pool there, so I'll mark that on the map. About 24 minutes. With as thick as this is, I'm just not making much progress. So I'm going to work my way to this higher elevation that I can see, and I'll shoot a bearing 260 degrees, get myself out of this tangle, and hopefully I'll be able to shoot a line back towards the creek after I walk a bit further out of this. I'll make a note of this. There's an old pan, old fence, some fence posts. All underneath this burning bush, winged euonymus. See the wings? Well, I made it through. I didn't quite go more than 4 or 5 minutes, and I hit another trail. This one is blazed white. I can see a blaze down that way. So since I was shooting a bearing west, I'm going to walk along the trail east and just take a look and see if I can see the creek crossing. There's a landmark. Should be able to see that for a bit of a distance. So again, the trail crisscrossed, gave me access to see where the drainage is. I can see all the rock and the higher elevations on both sides, and I'm just going to walk with the funnel right downhill. I've been updating my map. I put the chimney on there, put a fresh bearing of where I'm at, and I'll make note that I'm starting on the trail right here at this onion grass. That's where I'm going to access the drainage here. Trying to remember to turn around and look around, do a 360, just get a feel for what it's going to look like when I walk back. I can still see that chimney through the trees and some rock piles. Those will be helpful landmarks. Trying to do a better job of putting dots, kind of like when you read a trail map, to read, well, maybe this is 0.5 mile distance. Well, since I'm using the time method, I'm trying to put dots every 5 minutes or so, trying to be a little more consistent. Now that the forest opened up, I'm making more time, so I've got to make sure that I still include marks. Since I'm on public land, I'm not going to be hacking at the bottom of the trees, you know, like high side on the way in and low side on the way out. But you know, I could make some cairns. I could put up some flagging tape. I'm finding more than enough landmarks already. I just found this bit of blue tape along the course that I'm following, so I'll make a note of that and just take advantage of the naturally occurring, or the human placed landmarks that are out here. Somebody's looking for carpenter ants. I'm definitely in the drainage now. You can see the topography behind me. It's going to be a tough walk back home. Trails become quite easy to follow using this handrail, and if I stop, I can hear traffic. Sounds like at the bottom of the hill. I don't quite know how far down it is, but clearly you can hear cars traveling at the bottom here. Pretty quiet out here today. I just came up the ridge just to get a better view, better perspective. Here it's opened up, kind of broadened out at the bottom, and then the hillside rises again. So I'm going to look around here, and I'm about at an hour, so maybe I'll find a spot to sit and wait and see if any squirrels come out. You know, I sprayed bug spray on myself. It's December 1st. It's about 55 degrees, and the ticks are still out. There's no escaping them anymore. You just gotta check. There's a fourth tick I picked off. Good thing I brought this. Not a lot of choices this time of year. Well, the time is 12:16. I've been out over an hour. I've got a steep walk back, so now I'm going to have a seat, have some water, have some jerky, and maybe see if I get lucky and see a squirrel pop out somewhere up here. There's a dray squirrel nest in the tree right there, so maybe this is a good spot. We'll see what happens. I came on down this hillside. I was all warm, took the layers off, had some snack on this cold rock, and now I feel the breeze coming through, so I've got to put those layers back on, and I'm just going to take a walk around, explore this area kind of at my end point and see what I find. There's quite a few squirrel nests, but no squirrels. Well, of course, I just spooked the deer at about 40 yards. 3 does. Just the right size. There's one. There's the other. Oh, I got squirrel shot. If I brought slugs, that's quite a perfect shot right there. Alright, I'm going to start heading back. My reverse bearing is 160 degrees southeast, and that'll take me back up this this drainage that I came on. But I'm going to check a bearing. I'm going to travel this way and then cut back to the trail. So I'm going to check a bearing here and see if I can maneuver off course and find my way back. Alright, I'm going to travel a distance of 130 degrees southeast. The time is 12:50 and I'm off. Quick distraction from direction of travel. Looks like some old chicken of the woods on a log down there. And then quite a few little bird nests in here that could be useful for tinder. It just poured the last 2 days, hardest it's rained in a long time. We've been in a drought. Well, you can see that there's no water here. So those nests would probably come in handy if I needed them. Tough haul, climbing uphill, trying to do some switchbacks. Thinking I'm probably the only person who's going to be hiking straight up this hill. But just came across a nook in a tree, and here's a little geocache. So must be other people walking out here. I'll leave something behind. This little skull necklace and a piece of jute string. I'm on the other side of the ditch, and I can see the chimney stack. So there should be a trail crossing in just a moment. I'm going to follow a bearing of 160 degrees southeast, and that should put me on a diagonal right up back to the drainage. This is a good sign. Here's those fallen trees that I took note of earlier. I was on the other side of them when I filmed them previously. Looks like I'm getting near the start point, right where the boulder field started. Oh, and you know what? I think I can see a house maybe through the trees, and looks like there's an opening where the power line is, closer to where I'm parked. Alright, that was Hardwoodsman Navigation with just a compass, stage 2. Had a good time exploring a new piece of forest. I didn't see any squirrel, didn't find any sheds, didn't find any mushrooms, but that's just the way it goes. That wasn't the mission anyway, just would have been a bonus. So maybe next time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Alright, I survived. Was able to draw a map of my route there, as well as add some detail on the way back, and use the original route as a point of reference to make sure that I always stayed found. I knew where I was. So thanks for the practice.